After nearly a century of Mongol rule under the Yuan dynasty, China experienced a resurgence of native rule with the establishment of the Ming Dynasty in 1368. The Yuan dynasty, founded by Kublai Khan, had brought a vast empire under its control, but its grip on power weakened due to internal strife and economic instability. From the ashes of the Yuan dynasty rose a peasant rebel leader, Zhu Yuanzhang. A charismatic and ambitious figure, Zhu Yuanzhang led a successful rebellion against the Yuan, driving them back to the steppes from which they came. In 1368, he declared himself the Hongwu Emperor, marking the beginning of the Ming Dynasty. The Ming Dynasty, meaning bright or brilliant, lived up to its name, ushering in an era of remarkable growth and prosperity for China. The Ming emperors were determined to erase the influence of the Mongols and reassert China's traditional values and institutions. Under the Ming, China underwent a period of significant transformation. The early Ming emperors focused on consolidating power, restoring order, and rebuilding the country after years of conflict. The Hongwu Emperor, known for his strict rule and administrative reforms, laid the foundation for the dynasty's future success. The Ming Dynasty, spanning nearly 3 centuries, is often regarded as a golden age in Chinese history. China witnessed significant advancements in agriculture, trade, culture, and technology. Early emperors implemented policies fostering economic growth and cultural revival. The Hongwu Emperor established a centralized bureaucracy, appointing officials based on merit. Emphasis on agriculture led to increased food production and improved living standards. The Yongle Emperor launched maritime expeditions, establishing trade links with distant lands. The Yongle Emperor, the third emperor of the Ming Dynasty, is widely regarded as one of China's most remarkable rulers. One of his most notable achievements was the construction of the Forbidden City in Beijing. The construction involved hundreds of thousands of laborers and artisans. Completed in 1420, it is a testament to the architectural ingenuity of the Ming Dynasty. The Yongle Emperor also commissioned the Temple of Heaven, another masterpiece of Ming architecture. Under the Ming Dynasty, Beijing was transformed into a magnificent capital city. The city's layout and architecture projected imperial grandeur and Confucian order. The Forbidden City at Beijing's heart was the epicenter of imperial power. Its imposing walls and gates, guarded by elite troops, separated the emperor from the outside world. Beyond the Forbidden City, Beijing was a vibrant metropolis, teeming with life. Despite strict regulations, Beijing remained a hub of cultural exchange and economic activity. The Ming Dynasty witnessed a remarkable resurgence in agricultural productivity, fueled by technological innovations, land reforms, and government policies that encouraged farming. This agricultural revolution transformed the Chinese countryside, leading to increased food production, population growth, and a more prosperous rural society. One of the key factors behind the Ming agricultural revolution was the introduction of new crops from the Americas, such as maize, sweet potatoes, and peanuts. These crops, well suited to China's diverse climate and soil conditions, provided farmers with new sources of food and income. The Ming government also played a crucial role in promoting agricultural development. The Hongwu Emperor, himself of peasant origin, understood the importance of agriculture and implemented policies to support farmers. Land redistribution programs aimed to break up large estates and provide land to peasant families. Technological innovations further boosted agricultural productivity during the Ming Dynasty. Water-powered mills used for grinding grain and powering irrigation systems became increasingly common, reducing the reliance on manual labor. Improved irrigation techniques, such as the chain pump, allowed farmers to cultivate land that was previously unsuitable for farming. The surplus of food also freed up labor for other economic activities, contributing to the growth of trade and commerce. The Ming Dynasty witnessed a revival of Confucianism, which became the dominant ideology and moral compass of Chinese society. The Ming emperors, recognizing the importance of Confucian values in maintaining social order and stability, actively promoted Confucian education, scholarship, and rituals. Confucianism, with its emphasis on filial piety, social harmony, and respect for authority, provided a framework for governing a vast and complex empire like China. The Ming government used Confucian principles to legitimize its rule, arguing that the emperor's authority derived from heaven and that it was his duty to rule with benevolence and wisdom. The Ming government made significant investments in education, establishing schools and academies throughout the empire. The curriculum focused on Confucian classics, such as the Analects of Confucius and the Mencius, which emphasized moral cultivation, ethical behavior, and good governance. The civil service examinations, a system that had existed in China for centuries, were revived and expanded during the Ming Dynasty. By emphasizing Confucian values in the selection of officials, the Ming government sought to create a bureaucracy that was both competent and morally upright. The emphasis on education and moral cultivation helped to create a literate and sophisticated society, where respect for tradition and authority were deeply ingrained. The Ming Dynasty was a period of remarkable artistic creativity, producing exquisite works of art that reflected the dynasty's wealth, sophistication, and cultural confidence. One of the most iconic forms of Ming art is blue and white porcelain, which reached new heights of technical and artistic excellence during this period. Using cobalt blue pigment imported from Persia, Ming artisans created stunningly beautiful ceramics, adorned with intricate designs, including dragons, phoenixes, flowers, and landscapes. Ming porcelain became highly sought after both within China and abroad, with large quantities exported to Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. The Portuguese, who established a trading post in Macau in the 16th century, played a key role in introducing Ming porcelain to European markets, where it was highly prized for its beauty and craftsmanship. In addition to porcelain, the Ming Dynasty also witnessed a flourishing of painting, particularly landscape painting. Ming artists, inspired by the natural world and influenced by Chan Zen Buddhism, sought to capture the essence of mountains, rivers, and forests in their works. Zhenghe's works, characterized by their masterful brushwork and subtle use of ink washes, exemplify the refined aesthetic of Ming painting. The Ming Dynasty, particularly during the reign of the Yongle Emperor, witnessed a brief but remarkable period of maritime exploration and expansion. Led by the renowned Admiral Zheng He, Chinese fleets embarked on a series of ambitious voyages that reached Southeast Asia, India, the Middle East, and even the east coast of Africa. Zheng He's voyages were unprecedented in scale and ambition, involving hundreds of ships and tens of thousands of sailors, soldiers, diplomats, and merchants. The largest ships in Zheng He's fleet, known as treasure ships, were colossal vessels, dwarfing any other ships afloat at the time. The purpose of Zheng He's voyages was multifaceted. They were intended to project Chinese power and prestige, establish diplomatic relations with foreign rulers, promote trade, and collect tribute from distant lands. Zheng He carried with him lavish gifts for foreign rulers, including silks, porcelain, and other precious goods. Zheng He's voyages had a significant impact on the regions he visited. They stimulated trade, facilitated cultural exchange, and left behind a legacy of Chinese influence that is still visible today. However, after the Yongle Emperor's death in 1424, the Ming court, facing internal challenges and concerned about the cost of these expeditions, decided to abandon further maritime exploration. Guangzhou, located on the southern coast of China, played a pivotal role in the Ming Dynasty's foreign trade. As one of the few ports open to foreign merchants, Guangzhou became a bustling hub of international commerce, attracting traders from Southeast Asia, Japan, India, the Middle East, and Europe. Foreign merchants flocked to Guangzhou to purchase highly sought-after Chinese goods, including silks, porcelain, tea, and spices. Chinese merchants, in turn, acquired goods from abroad, such as silver, ivory, spices, and exotic animals. The Ming government established a system known as the Canton system to regulate trade in Guangzhou. Foreign merchants were required to trade through licensed Chinese merchants, known as Hong merchants, and were restricted to a designated area outside the city walls. Despite these restrictions, trade in Guangzhou flourished, bringing immense wealth to the Ming dynasty and contributing to the growth of a wealthy merchant class. The influx of foreign silver in particular had a significant impact on the Chinese economy, fueling inflation and transforming traditional economic structures. The presence of foreign merchants in Guangzhou also led to cultural exchange, albeit on a limited scale.